Hello, Bella Vista. We're back again with In the Know. And as you all know, this is Tom, who is the COO of the POA.
Absolutely.
And if we can come up with any more acronyms today, let's do it just for fun. You want
Absolutely.
to? All right.
Absolutely.
So we had a board meeting recently that was pretty tame.
Yeah, you know, the Rules and Regulations Committee, which you're the chair of the Rules and Regulations Committee. How am I doing on saying that? We're going through, and the committee is looking at every single one of our policies. Remember that our policies are living documents. They need to be updated on a regular basis. And some of these documents were they were old, outdated, language was bad.
Or obsolete.
Or obsolete. You know, we even got rid of a few policies that just were no longer valid. Mm-hmm. So it's been a good project. It's been a hard project. So I think there was 40 some odd changes approved. So it was a long meeting, but the board got through it. The Rules and Regulations got through it. The committee got through it. And
you and Doug got through it.
And we got through it. And the next is the bylaws. And then we're done for a little bit.
We are. And there'll be a new board.
Yeah.
And we can go forward. You know, what I'd really love to do is then, not that we can change them, mm-hmm. but I'd like to do a review perhaps of the very top level.
The declaration.
Yeah, just for understanding and education thing. That's what I'd like to do. Sure. Because there's always people that don't understand. They keep saying, well, all they'd have to do is change their bylaws. No. Yeah,
it's a lot harder. And then there's also some misunderstandings because what's written in the declarations or their articles of incorporation have been updated in some cases. So you have to look at the entire breadth of governing documents to have a full understanding of how everything works together and so forth, and how the city came into being and how they took on some of those responsibilities and the role of the ACC. And it can be confusing. Mm-hmm. So going through the exercise of reviewing all the documentation, I think it's a good idea.
So now the ones that have gone through several reviews and updates and votes, mm-hmm. are all of the policies now out on the web?
Give us a couple more days, okay. Because we did so many last mm-hmm. week. Mm-hmm. So we're just getting everything up to speed, and we had a couple of staff sicknesses, so that delayed it. So give us a couple days, and then we'll have everything up to date. Okay, so everybody can go mm-hmm. out and so much better organized now. I mean, you Absolutely. Renumbered things and everything. Yeah, we resorted them because and grouped. Yeah, which board issues together, and just making sure that it made sense. The ordering of, because before it was really hard to track. Mm-hmm. Where is this policy that I'm looking for? So yes. We've hopefully made it easier and more understandable. We got rid of a lot of legal language, so make it a lot easier to understand. Okay. Good deal. All right. So on what's happening on April the 10th? So we have a board election. There's 3 positions coming available. We have 5 candidates, mm-hmm. and you'll see if we have your email address, you'll receive an email ballot on the 10th of April, and then the election ends on May 16th. So do your part, do your homework. Research the candidates, but most importantly, vote. Absolutely, because they're your voice. They're your voice. They represent you, and so you got to make sure that you're voting for the right person. Excellent. So do your homework. Absolutely. Oh, so every time I head down toward Central Bella Vista, I go past where the new fishery things mm-hmm. are happening. Mm-hmm. So you have an open house coming up. Yeah, that's pretty special. So if you recall, we used to use the golf course ponds on Birksdale as our fish hatchery. And every time we'd flood, and we just had a flood, That wasn't really that bad, was it? No, that wasn't too bad. But if we were using those ponds for the fish hatchery, they'd be all over the yard. They'd be
Dead.
helping out in Missouri, not helping us out at all.
Floating down. I see what you mean.
So they just go away. So this is going to be below Loch Lomond Dam, kind of by the dog park and so forth. So we're going to have 3 ponds there, and we're going to grow our own fish that then go into our lakes, because our lakes are man-made lakes, and so the fish don't just appear naturally. We have to put them there.
Yeah.
So on April 15th between 10 and 2, we're going to have staff there. You can come, you can ask questions, you can see what they're doing, how they work and so forth. So it's pretty neat.
I bet it is. Can you imagine those fish? They're swimming around. They've grown up in this little small pond, and all of a sudden you're releasing them to this lake. It's like, and then the fishermen come. But we won't talk about that. Okay.
It's actually the fish first, and then the fishermen.
Absolutely. Okay, and then Reardon Hall is coming along.
Yeah, it's coming along really well. I think the last time we spoke, they'd removed a bunch of walls, so I was going through the place going, where am I? Now we have a lot of walls back. So on April 18th at 3 p.m., we're going to have our first tour. The contractor will go through and move stuff around and so forth. So we'll have a clear path, and we'll have guided tours, and people can ask questions, and it's pretty exciting.
Oh, it really is. And let's just address the fact that somebody noticing that the roof was red.
Well, that's
isn't red.
No. That's the under laminate.
Yeah.
And actually, if you get up really closely, you can see it's under laminate.
Yeah.
And so that is not the color of the roof. We were not shooting for the Pizza Hut look.
Thank you, because that's what somebody actually thought it looked like.
Yeah.
As a joke.
Yeah, no, I understand. And but when you get closer, you can see that that's under laminate. And for whatever reason, it's the color red.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be fun. And that's at 3 o'clock, you said.
3 o'clock. We'll have a bunch of rec people there. I'll be there. What we've done in the past is if it's a smaller group, I'll just lead it. If it's a large group, we'll usually divide it into 2. So Joan and I will lead it, or something to that nature, and then we cross in the middle. It's a lot of fun, and you got to step over stuff, and you might get your shoes dirty, but it's a great way to see the building and start getting excited about what's coming our way. So
are we kind of still on time, or are we still not making any predictions about
so let's go into the next question.
Okay. Fair enough.
We're doing well, but supply chain is just really causing us havoc.
I know.
And so, when you read articles about supply chain issues, they're real.
Yes.
I mean, that's really,
not just with you.
It's not just other people in another state. It's with us.
Yes.
And so we're hoping that we're going to be able to be on time, but I'd rather not make any predictions or guarantees or any comments, because there's just things that I can't control, that we can, our contractor can't control. We can't control. So we're making great progress.
Okay. And the end result will be amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Good deal. Saw you at the city council meeting last night.
Yeah. So we're doing a rather large project. A couple months ago, back November, December-ish, I was reading the Weekly Vista and was reading about how people were getting properties rezoned. And I was like, I wonder if any of the POA parcels are zoned incorrectly. Oh boy. 28 parcels later, we have a lot that are zoned incorrectly. And unfortunately, when the city was created, some of those parcels were just, in some ways arbitrarily, hey, we're just going to do all of them.
Well, they ran out of time, I think.
They did. And it wasn't, I'm not throwing stones. I'm just saying that's what happened. And so we have some parcels that are P1 preserve and have, this building used to be P1. We're in the country club.
But as of last night.
Well, actually, that was 2 months ago.
We
took care of that one a couple months ago.
Right.
But we got them fixed. We had a couple that were even R1 residential, and had a golf course maintenance facility in a residential area. So that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So we're going through slowly. It's an effort. The city has been very cooperative with, in educating us. I feel like I'm getting towards being an expert at this point because I've done so many. But we got about 3 or 4 more months and we'll have all of it done. And this will help us prepare for the future. Because let's say we have a golf course maintenance facility, we want to add on to it. And if it's R1, that's going to be really challenging to add on to that maintenance facility if it's listed as a residential zone. So we're just trying to fix it. Some people have been concerned that we're going to put in a hotel. No, we're not doing that. Or that we're trying to sell. And we're not trying to sell. That's not what we're going to do. If, in the highly unlikely instance that we are trying to sell, sale of common property requires a vote of the entire membership. It's no easy undertaking.
Right.
On top of that, many of our parcels have deed restrictions on them that require them to be used for recreational purposes only. So there's not much you can do with that land. I mean,
right.
Let's pick on Golf Central, which is across from Casey's and Dairy Queen, kind of just slightly north of the Red Barn, right next to the main highway. Great place to put in a shopping center.
No.
Absolutely no. There's a deed restriction. It can be used for recreational purposes only. Golf course maintenance is serving a recreational purpose, so forth. So you'd have to have a vote of the entire membership, and somehow you got to get around the law. Not going to be able to do that.
And nor would you want to.
No. Could you imagine if we tried to sell Branchwood?
Oh.
Oh boy.
You'd have to have Reardon Hall opened up for all the people that would come.
That would be challenging.
Yeah.
We're not selling. We're just planning for the future. We're trying to make sure that we're set for the future. And we're trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
We have these parcels that are R1, which make no sense at all.
Right.
Let's fix them and we'll be set for the future.
And the city is working, the planning section, the CDS section of the city, Community Development Services, they're working really hard, not only with you, but a lot of other folks to get things in their proper category.
Right.
And they're also working on ordinances and things like that put a lot of work on them. Like, wait a minute, maybe that ordinance needs to be updated.
Right.
So they're working really hard on that.
The city was created in 2007, and as old as we are, we're still young.
Exactly.
Remember, a lot of cities have been around for 150 years.
We're only on our 3rd mayor, barely.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
There you go. All right. So what else do we need to tell people today before we bring on Tommy Lee?
Well, I don't think we need to say anything more. We wouldn't want to get in the way of Tommy.
Oh, we wouldn't. I'm excited to talk to him. He always has really fun things to talk. You have fun things to talk about too. Yours are a little more serious.
Yeah, the policies versus trivia night at Highlands. Yeah, I'm thinking trivia night wins out.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, any last words?
Nope. Make sure when you get the ballot, vote. It's your job.
Thank you. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute. We're back, and we're back with Tommy Lee.
Hello.
Hi there. Tommy, how long have we known each other now?
Shoot, it's almost 7 years.
I know.
In April.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride. It really has.
And I remember you, your first week, maybe first day, but definitely first week, we were doing this garden party out at Scottsdale, and you were just trying to please and do everything wonderful, and that was fun after it was over.
It was fun. I remember Tom telling me that I was going to meet you and Missy, and met y'all and you told me what all was going to be going on and what your plans were. And I was just sitting there going,
how am I going to do
nice.
that? Yeah.
But
we did.
We did. It turned out great. It really did.
Yeah, it really did. All right. So let's talk about something fun I did last week.
Okay.
I think it was last week. Anyway, whenever it was. Went to my first trivia night.
Yeah, those are very, very popular. You have to get there early. People start coming in around 4 o'clock for the 6 o'clock start. So, yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. And Paul Gomez is a great MC.
He is. And Teresa was with him.
Yes.
And she was there with her little glasses on, being all studious and recording things. And Paul was like this and this.
He's very animated.
He is. He's fun.
Yes.
He's a lot of fun. And, I love the fact that people just come up with the most unusual team names. Some of them are a little R-rated, or they try to be. And then
they play off of some things sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's little innuendos in there that's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. And Paul was being so like, I can't say the whole name of this team, but, insert the word here. Yeah, it was good. It really was. And what I like about it, too, is you do have limited teams. I think there's no more than 6 at a table, something like that. But there's always a place for single folks like me to come in. May I sit with you? And so it's fun.
Yes.
But you have to be there early.
You do have to be there early.
Yes.
Our next one's going to be Saturday, April 1st. But we've been discussing kind of changing the format a little bit. And then a close friend of ours made a recommendation. And we're going to look at doing what we call music trivia. But it's called music bingo. So a little different format, but same idea. And that should be a lot of fun. That might be our next one in April.
Are you like this? Because I think you like music like I do. When people talk to me, little song lyrics come into my head. Do they yours?
No.
Oh my goodness. They do. I mean, I can have a conversation with you. You're talking and I'll come back with the song lyrics. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to be there for that.
Okay.
All right. So let us all know. If you like music,
yes,
there's something even more fun coming up.
There is.
That's right. Okay, so now that, like you said, be there early because you've got some really good, fun drinks and food and things. And they serve food during all of that.
Yes. It's a big night for the kitchen as well. A lot of people that do come early go ahead and eat, and then they're ready for the trivia when it starts. Some people wait when trivia starts, they order. So we're flexible. We'll do anything you want to do.
You're right. Another fun thing I did the other day, whenever it was, I don't remember, is I went to the Wine with Scott event at Lake Point.
Yes. Wine with Scott has become another popular event. Unfortunately, we can only handle so many people because we do it in the tasting room at Lake Point. But he planned some really good programming. This last one was comparing varietals with the same pairing of food and how they play off each other's aromas and scents and taste. And he just does a fantastic job with that. And then in April, we're going to do our spring wine dinner. And that's going to be him and Chef Joshua working together. And they do work together very, very well, and especially for events like this. And so that should be a lot of fun as well.
Oh, it will. I really love the food. The presentation was beautiful at that. And I'm really looking forward to the dinner.
Yeah, the dinners, I think the last one we did was on New Year's Eve, and it was a 6-course dinner. I don't think we're going to go that far, but it'll still be probably 4 or 5 courses and some really good wines.
So Scott is a really interesting person. I've known him for quite a while now, too. Yes. And it was fun to... I didn't remember till we had the conversation, but he was, and again, Tommy, I don't know why my mouth won't say this word.
Sommelier.
All right. He was that in Seattle.
Yes.
And he's working on his certification here he has it, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, he has recertified. And wine is his passion. And you wouldn't know it just talking to him. No, you wouldn't. But that is something that he really enjoys. He crafts all of our wine lists throughout the POA's restaurants. taking meticulous attention to detail of the ingredients of the food and what the protein is and stuff like that. And he'll sit and talk to you for hours about wine. So
yes,
he's
suddenly not shy anymore.
No, he is not.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Scott a bunch. All of your folks are just really good.
They really are. I don't call them my team or my staff. We're just all family.
Yes.
We're all very close, from the dishwasher on up, and just willing to jump in and help anywhere. All of our staff's willing to go from, if Highlands is really busy in Lake Point Eaton, some of them will jump into the car and run over to Highlands and help out. It's just a great thing to see. A lot of really good synchronicity with my family.
I also like something else you do. You have, at each location, I think, a different themed drink.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
At each location, we have, like at Highlands, it's Amy. At BB Bar and Grill, it's Kevin. And it's more of a team effort at Lake Point. Tara likes to bounce ideas off of other people, but we do themed drink menus each month. In March, it was kind of Irish themed. And in April, it's going to be spring themed with more, kind of floral notes in the drinks and fresher. Well, all our drinks are fresh. We use a lot of fresh juice, but just fresh flavors that remind you of the spring.
And what's fun is you can go on your own little tasting session from one location to the other.
Can.
And you're not getting the same thing. And it's also interesting. One of my very favorite refreshing drinks, is an Aperol Spritz.
Yes.
And they all make it differently at each location.
Yes.
So
I hope they're all good.
They're all good. They're all good. I don't really have a favorite.
Oh, good.
So, food and drink and things like that are really more about who you're with. They put you in a good mood. It's the ambiance of everything that fits together.
Right. And
so,
we try in our restaurants, of course, we want good food, good service, good atmosphere, but we also want a good experience.
Exactly.
And you need all three of those to get that.
You do.
And hopefully our servers, bartenders, cooks in the kitchen, managers, everybody is working together to create that for you.
One thing that's really fun, anywhere you go, is when you look at the menu and you look at your server and say, what do you think about this versus this? And instead of like, well, I don't care, whatever you want, they tell you.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is important. It is.
It is.
Every time we create a new menu, chef spends a lot of time with the staff explaining how everything's made and all of that good stuff. So they're not just out there selling food. They can make recommendations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So you're having an Easter Fest.
Yes.
When?
Easter Feast.
Feast. Sorry.
Feast. That's okay. Easter Feast, April 9th, I believe is Easter Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And we're doing a little different format. Most people do an Easter brunch, and it's from 9 or 10 in the morning to 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. We're taking a different approach. We're calling it the Easter Feast, or Feaster, is what some people have said. But we're really focusing in on the heavier proteins, because Chef wanted to kind of showcase what he can do with beef and fish and chicken and things of that nature. So we're doing a little different approach. That way you can have lunch or early dinner. Mm-hmm. And it seems to be going over pretty well. We've got over 100 reservations so far.
That was my question. You do need a reservation, obviously.
I highly recommend it, yes.
Okay. Because, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, it helps us know how much food to make, mm-hmm. but it also helps guarantee that you'll have a seat when you get there. Because mm-hmm. if you don't have a reservation, we can't do that.
You could sit at the bar and have one of the fun drinks.
You can. And you can eat at the bar. We have some people that do that.
Yeah. Well, if you're by yourself and, you don't, you're very accommodating.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Now, the one that everybody's talking about, that everybody wondered what on earth is a Gear Garden, that's opening soon.
It is. April 21st, the weekend of April 21st, all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be kind of like a mini festival. Mm-hmm. We've got live music. We'll have food trucks. We'll have games for the kids and for the families. Just a lot of fun. And we're also going to be introducing our 2023 Pioneer Cup, which has become
a collector's item.
Yes. And but this year we've added something different. We now have a Pioneer Pup Cup for the little four-legged friends that everybody likes to bring out to your garden. And it matches Pioneer Cup. It's a little flexible cup that just pops out, and you can put water or, if you want, beer in it. And your little furry friend has something that they can enjoy too.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Although it would have to be well-behaved fur babies.
Yes.
My Blue could not come.
Yeah, my Doodle couldn't come either. So I understand.
Yeah. People, kind of okay, but other dogs, he would like, I'm in charge. Get out of here. Yeah. So anyway, someday, maybe when he gets old and can't move fast.
Or, yeah, that could be it.
All right. So, that live music, food trucks.
Food trucks. Right now, we only have a couple planned, but we want more. Mm-hmm. So we're continuing to look for that. And we just wanted to add a different element. The Gear Garden doesn't serve food. There's really not enough room to produce it there. Mm-hmm. So we don't mind asking some of our local vendors, get them involved, and it become more of a community type event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes perfect sense. You have great beers.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Bentonville Brewing makes a lot of it.
Well, we specifically for Gear Garden, we partner with Bentonville Brewing. But Bentonville Brewing, we got with them the year we opened Gear Garden and asked them to brew a beer specifically for the POA's outlets. And that's where Trailhead came in. So Trailhead Lager is the POA's own beer that's not served anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas.
Cool.
It's a lighter lager style beer, but it's our second most popular draft beer in all of our restaurants.
Second.
What's
the first?
Yuengling.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And when I asked them to brew the beer, and we were talking about it, I asked them to brew something that would compete with Yuengling, and it does pretty well.
I like Space Goose.
Yes.
It's different, and I don't drink beer, but that's fun.
Yeah, it's a little citrusy, so I can tell where it'd be a little bit different.
Yeah, usually I'm all about the dark beers or none, but I like that one. Yeah, it's really good.
And we are going to start offering non-alcoholic beer.
I was going to ask you.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, we're going with Athletic out at Gear Garden.
That is perfect.
Yes, and I think we've got the IPA and one other. Scott, once again, got involved in picking those out. And then we're also carrying several non-alcohol beers and wine at Highlands, BV Bar and Grill, and Lake Point. So if you want to go out and enjoy yourself, but you're not a drinker, we have a solution for you.
I really like, my hubby really likes the athletic brewing. It seems kind of weird to have the word brewing and an athletic together, but it's really good.
It is good.
And I'm excited that you're bringing that on, because there are a lot of folks out there that want to go out and have fun and maybe not have alcoholic drinks.
Well, the non-alcoholic beers now are different than they were when they first came out. There's an enzyme that they put in the beer in the process that eats up the alcohol. So when you're drinking the beer, it still tastes like beer. Mm-hmm. The alcohol's just not there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We need to hang out more, and I need to find out all this trivia.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, I want to talk about joining your family?
Yes, we are looking for new family members. We've got openings for cooks, bartenders, and servers because we're getting busier and busier. We're fixing to, not that we haven't been busy, we've been busier each year since we opened or since COVID. But we're looking specifically for cooks. We've got a $500 signing bonus. So if you're here for 90 days,
you hear that?
We've got a $500 signing bonus for cooks. We don't have that for servers or bartenders because they're already making cash. You know, that's kind of what they live off of because they don't make a lot of money per hour.
Right.
But we pay our cooks well and we take really good care of them. And we also promote from within. We just promoted 2 of our lead cooks to kitchen managers. And we promoted one of our kitchen managers to our executive sous chef, Zach.
Oh.
So we do a lot of promoting from within in both the kitchen and the front of the house. So, which is what we call the dining room area.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a little story?
Yes.
I was sitting at Lake Point the other day, enjoying one of your themed cocktails. And there was a young man sitting at the bar just down there, and he was so excited. He kept looking back at the kitchen and, talking to folks, but mostly he was interested in what was going on in the kitchen.
Yes.
So I just kept eavesdropping, and I found out that he had recently been promoted from cook or the kitchen to the maintenance department.
Yes. He talked to Chef Joshua about it. He was actually was our salad and dessert guy and worked his way up to working on the line, but wanted to try something different because we're always promoting life balance. And he wanted something that, freed him up in some times that he needed to be free where the restaurant was open. So, we helped him get his job over at maintenance and construction. And according to the guys over there, he's doing very well. So we're very happy for him.
So you're really right about that. It is a family.
Yes.
It's not necessarily just an employer.
No.
It's a family.
It's family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say to Bella Vista before we sign off today?
Well, we just want you to come out and try our restaurants. Come out to the Gear Garden on the 21st. If you're not a big beer drinker, we have wine as well.
And you also have non-alcoholic.
We also have non-alcoholic beer. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. And I would suggest going to our website and signing up for our update.
Yes.
We do an email every week. It tells you everything that's going on in all the restaurants and sometimes in the POA. But as the weather gets warmer, our events are going to ramp up, and we're going to be doing some new and different things. I'm thinking about doing outdoor concerts at Loch Lomond at Lake Point.
Oh.
And so that's one of the things we're looking into.
Okay.
But if you want to be entertained, you don't have to leave Bella Vista. You can invite your friends up here, and we're happy to take care of you.
Tommy, I always enjoy talking to you.
You as well.
You go away and come up with all these other amazing ideas, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Bella Vista. It's time to sign off for today, but we'll be back next month with In the Know.